Hey guys, what's going on? It's Steven Mandeville, and today we're going to be reviewing the new Apple AirPods Pro, right? So let's get into this and let's see what this is all about. Alright, so I'm going to start with unboxing these bad boys. Someone else can clean that up. Hey, clean this up. Yep, that's nice. Yep, cool, great, thanks. Yep, cool, nice. It's over there. That was fun. Let's do that again. Alright, so nice and delicate. Alright guys, and before we get into this, I just want to remind you that if you do enjoy this video, please make sure to like at the end of the video and make sure to subscribe as well. That way you don't miss any future content. If you really want to, hit that bell notification. That when I upload future videos, you'll even get a notification right on your phone, and then you'll never get to miss out on any of this, alright? Alright, so let's start off first with a nice side-by-side comparison. So as you can see, these ones are more fat horizontally compared to these ones. They're around the same size if you kind of go like that, but they are a little bit bigger. But pretty much the same size, you know, when it really comes down to it, fits into your pocket nice. Alright, and just getting that look at it up close with the lids open. Alright, and then comparing them one at a time with each other. As you can tell, the newer version has like a shorter stem on it. And obviously it's got the silicone earpiece, which is really cool. I'm super excited about that just because these ones before, it would get to the point where I'd wear these and it would actually scab my ears. I don't think these really fit my ears that well. And you know, it kind of deterred me away from using them. So I'm really looking forward to using these because these are going to be nice and, you know, comfy and going to be a better fit. All right, and that's a look at both of them side by side right there. Get those in my hand. Alright, so one thing I wanted to clarify was this USB-C cable that other videos really didn't explain that well. And maybe that's just because I haven't been on the USB-C information path, but I want to make sure I took some time to really explain that to you guys. So what really sucks is that apparently there's a different version of this charging block right here. It's a little bit fatter and it'll actually charge either your iPhone 11 or your AirPod Pros much faster, but they didn't include the new block with this. They give you the USB-C cable, but they don't give you the block that goes with it. So they're just trying to get us to spend more money, which is a bit unfortunate. I really would have liked to see that new block coming with it. Now I have to make an extra trip, either on my phone or order it on Amazon, or go down to Best Buy and pick one up. So just kind of giving you an up-close view. This is the USB-C right here on the right, and this is your normal standard USB connector. So just wanted to clarify that for you guys. Alright, now what's really cool, I want to talk about the battery life of these things. These things, if you have both in at the same time, will give you 5 hours of battery if they are at full charge. Now what's even cooler is that this power pack, like the AirPods case, has 24 extra hours of battery. So that's 29 hours of charging, which there's only 24 hours in a day. So as long as you charge these every night before you get to bed, you're never gonna run out of battery for wireless headphones, which is amazing. I never would have thought that, you know, we would have been at this level, but here we are. Now, what else is really cool is that you can get 1 hour of playtime for only 5 minutes of charging. That means that for every minute that you charge one of these, you're getting 12 minutes of playtime. Now let's run through a hypothetical scenario here. Let's say that both your AirPods die, right? Okay, let's put them in here. You charge this for 1 minute. Both AirPods now have 12 minutes of lifespan on it, all right? Let's say you take one out and you leave the other one in, and you listen to this one for 12 minutes until it dies. This one dies on you. Then what? Well, now this one has 2.5 hours of battery on it. I think that's absolutely unreal, especially for today's society. We're so impatient and other things. But I thought the battery life on these is like absolutely crazy cool. All right, so another thing I wanted to clarify is the wireless charging case. What does that really mean? I didn't know, so I looked it up. That way you don't have to. So the wireless charging case really means that it's compatible to charge on what's called Qi certified chargers. All right, so basically something like this right here, if you can see that, and then you can put these right on there, and then they will start charging for you, right? So this is technically a cordless, pad charger, and Qi certified really means that there's a company called the Wireless Power Consortium, which is essentially just a group of individuals. They kind of have standards for how chargers should work with tech and stuff like that. That way it keeps us safe, it doesn't burn down our house with a inefficient charger, and it also keeps our tech in good condition too, and it's not giving it the wrong amps, volts, watts, all that fun stuff. All right, so now let's set up these new babies onto our phone. First, we're gonna go into our Bluetooth settings, and we're gonna forget about the Apple AirPods 2. We're done with those now. We're better than that. And then we're gonna open up we're gonna flip these babies open with one hand that we're struggling to do. All right, and then that's gonna pop up on your phone. So you're gonna connect to these babies. And it's probably gonna run us through a little slideshow right here, kind of talking about some of the specs and all that kind of stuff. Right, and I think it's just a video. I'll let this play out for you guys. All right, sure, so let's activate Siri on these. Great, so thank you Apple for giving me 75% charge. I guess that's kind of cool. All right, so now these are connected. And for some reason, some time ago, I told my phone to call me girlfriend because I thought it would be funny. And now we're here. So let's rename that. All right, so in here you can change the name of your AirPods Pro, whatever you have. See if we can put an emoji in there. Oh yeah. Okay, didn't like the emoji. Take two. We'll go old school. All right, so no emojis on your name, I'm sorry. All right, so next we are going to be going over the different type of silicone tips that you can use these with. So it comes in a small, medium, large. I believe that they already come pre-installed with a medium. We're going to be doing a ear tip fit test with each of them, which I didn't see in the other videos, but we're just gonna do it to be thorough. So that's those right there. So we're gonna first start out with the mediums and make sure to put these in the right ear. So right now it's playing some music for me. All right, so I just did the first one and I was recording my phone, so it looked like it glitched up a little bit there and it just kept on playing music. But let's try out the other two types of buds quick. If we can get these off, as I ruined my AirPod Pros for you guys. And they even have like a little M on them, so even if you couldn't tell the difference between them, they are labeled. Go with small ones. Come on, baby. Now I know why other people didn't do this. All right, let's try out the small ones. All right, got a good seal on those as well. All right, so I tried all three of them. It came up with good seal for all three. I'm just gonna stick to medium just because I'm an average person. Now, just to note, when you are looking at these tips right here, they are shaped in a little bit of an oval shape. So that's probably why I was having issues with those. So make sure when you're putting your tip on your AirPod, you're lining them on well, and then it slid on a lot better. So hopefully I didn't already botch up my headphones already. Boom, on just like that. So this is a little cool case, so I would definitely recommend keeping this. That way you do not lose your extra silicone tips. All right, so now let's go over a little bit how to use your AirPod Pros when they're actually in your ears. So when you do one click, if you already have like music already queued up, whether you're using Spotify or iTunes or whatever you're using, whatever kids are using these days, One click on the side here is going to either pause your music or play the music. So let's do that now really quick. So it's a little bit of a learning curve. You kind of have to learn where that button is, but when you do press it in, you are going to hear a little bit of like a click noise. Got it. Now I'll just give you a little bit of a close-up right here. Hopefully that can focus in decently well. But that button is located right here on your AirPod Pro. Just to review again, one click on these is either going to pause or resume your music. Now, if someone's calling you, one click will pick up the phone. Take note that if you click it while you're on the phone with someone, it is gonna hang up on them. So if you are done with the call, just, click, you're done. But just, try not to hang up on people, that's kind of rude. 2 presses will skip the song, and 3 presses will put it back to the previous song. All right, so now we're gonna go over a little bit about the transparency and then the noise cancellation. So just know that when you do activate them, probably the easiest way you're going to want to do it is slide down the upper right of your phone if you've got the X. I'm not really sure how the 11 works, but you're going to hold down on your sound bar icon right here, and it's going to pull this up for you. So right now it's on noise cancellation. You can toggle it between off and then transparency. So wow. I know you guys don't have these in, but it's pretty much using these outer part of the speaker, and it's just taking all the noise and kind of like filtering it for me. So with transparency, we'll go into that in a little bit, but off, it sounds like your ears are plugged up and you're sick. Transparency, you can hear very clearly. And then noise cancellation, obviously you can hear your own voice, but you can't really hear anything else around you. But just to test this out, if you hold this button right here, it'll switch between transparency and then back to noise cancellation. Now, if you are trying to turn either one of the options off, you probably do have to go into your control center right here and just press the off button. And then Alright, so I'm actually have the phone on transparency mode right now, and I can hear myself extremely well compared to when there's no mode on and it seems like your ears are plugged up. Like this, it feels very normal and real, and I think the main point of this type of mode is really a safety feature. So if you happen to be listening to music and stuff, you're walking around, let's say you're in the city, you're crossing the street, you can kind of hear your surroundings still. You're just taking advantage of these outside part of the equipment, and it's just kind of giving you the best of both worlds. It's kind of noise canceling a little bit, but it's also letting those other important sounds coming in as well. So I can hear that very well. Now let's turn off transparency mode and see what happens. Yeah, I got that plugged up type of sound going on. So I think that definitely the biggest feature of transparency is when you're talking to people, you don't have that gurgling sound going on in your own head. And obviously you can hear people clear. Alright, so now let's talk about the noise cancellation type feature of the AirPods Pro. So noise cancellation pretty much just keeps all of this external sound from coming into your ears. So basically anything that's not being created by the equipment itself is being blocked out. And how it does that is, if you think of, if you've ever seen a music graph on some editing software, it's going like this. What this equipment is doing is it's pretty much just counteracting that to even it out. So let's say that you've got some a positive and negative, and then you're just getting 0. All right, so that's what it's doing with all that outside noise. So the main purposes of this is pretty much if you're on a really important phone call, or you're really trying to get in tune with your music, or just ignore other people, it's just gonna basically tune them out entirely, which is pretty cool. So let's do a couple quick tests on this to see how this feature really works. Alright, so this is gonna be test 1. We're gonna be hanging out with our friend JoJo here. As you can see, she's an angel, as she has this light around her face. So let's put on noise cancellation, and yeah, let's see what she has to say.
Hey everyone, it's Jojo. Welcome back to Jojo News, where every single Wednesday I do random things, and then I pour a juice on my head, and then I do something else random, and then I don't really know what happens. Anyways, today I thought that I would tell you guys the truth about Jojo Siwa. So this is something that I've seen that trends on the internet for a while. Yeah, that's proper English. But this is something that I've seen that has kind of been trending for a while, and I was like, you know, let's do it. It's time for you guys to know the truth about me. I'm really fun. I have a lot of energy. I talk really loud. I'm very loyal.
Alright, so with noise cancellation on, I did have to turn my music on and have it, you know, a little bit louder, probably because this is like, my speakers are like literally right here, but it does work pretty well. We're gonna do one more test here quick. Alright, so now we're gonna be putting on one of my least favorite songs, and I'm just gonna listen to my own music. So let's put this on quick. Got it. So I'm really glad I didn't have to listen to that garbage. I've heard that crap enough, and I hope I never have to hear it again in my life, but I will, and that makes me a very sad person. Now, we're going to be talking a little bit about sharing audio with your friend. So we're going to bring these Peon AirPods over here, and what you're going to do is we're going to record our phone quick, and get over here, that way we can make room for it. Alright, so now we're recording our phone. We're going to pop these open. We're going to pretend like this is a friend trying to like pair their stuff to your phone, and then this is going to come up for you. So we're going to hit temporary share audio, and then we got to click this button on the back. We got to hold it. Got it. So now we're in sharing mode apparently. When you go to Control Center, you hit your sound right here. I guess we're not going to see. The phone's really struggling here. So that was an epic fail. Alright, so finally, we're going to be talking about my concerns that I have with these. Alright, so just a small thing to note: when you are using the button to go back and forth between transparency and noise cancellation, when you go to transparency, it has like a very like upbeat, like happy, like pitch. And then when you go down to noise cancellation, it just kind of has like a little thud pitch. Alright, so finally I just wanted to address a couple concerns with these. One of my buddies, TW, actually sent me an article that was a pretty good read, and talked about kind of the batteries in these bad boys. So in the original AirPods, this long stem right here, the stem part is actually where they have the battery. Now, Apple is usually notorious for, I think the term is called close garden. So with their software and stuff, they don't really want anyone modifying it, so they really put up a huge security system. And it looks like it's the same case, is kind of the case with their hardware as well. So they actually have these like end caps glued in here, like really inefficiently on purpose. That way people like you and me can't replace these batteries easily, and we have to come back to keep buying their products, which I think is really unfortunate. Regardless, I'm not sure if these are going to be a little bit more user-friendly to change the battery out. It doesn't really look like it, which is a little concerning. Another concern I had was for the past AirPod gens. I think they were only lasting between 18 and 3 years, and I'm assuming that was probably for those batteries. So when they start to go to replace an AirPod, it's pretty much like half the price of what you paid for like everything. So hopefully either Apple or someone figures out a good way to actually service these things going forward. The last concern I had was kind of like all the dust buildup and stuff. I really haven't even had these AirPod 2 that long, AirPod 2s, but if you can see in that case right there, it's a little bit dirty, and I actually bought this dust cover thing that I haven't yet installed on it. Whoever I sell these to, I'm going to put these on it to kind of keep that gross stuff from building up in there, whether it's like magnetic stuff. I don't know if that magnetic stuff is coming from my pocket or if it's from the cap just closing and opening so much that it's just kind of deteriorating that like magnetic like outer part. But that's something that Apple could work on. Alright guys, so I think that's pretty much everything I have to say so far on these new AirPods Pro. If you enjoyed the video, please make sure to like it and subscribe. That way you don't miss any future content. If you also hit that bell icon, you'll actually get a notification, a little banner notification like from Instagram or Facebook or whatever. That'll come across your phone and be like, hey, Steve released a new video. Let's see what it is this time, all right? But if you guys have any questions, concerns, or even if you just have something to say, please make sure to leave a comment below. Love interacting with you guys, love answering your questions. All right, now these are pretty cool. I'm very excited about these new tips and the comfortability aspect to these. If you're looking to pick up your own set of AirPods Pro, you can check out the link in the description. That'll take you directly to Amazon. I use Amazon all the time. And like I've talked about in previous videos, I'm actually an affiliate partner with them. So when you click on my link, it actually gives me a small commission that kind of helps me run this channel and lets me dedicate more of my time towards this. That way I can help you guys out. So really how that affiliated marketing works is I'm pretty much bringing a consumer, you guys, to the to the manufacturer or vendor, and kind of bridging that sales gap. And getting them a sale. So that's what's in it for them. I get a commission, that's what it's in it for me, and it doesn't hurt you at all. So it's no additional cost to you. It's just extra money that comes into the channel that kind of helps me run things. Now, I also put a description in the link for these babies. These are the Mpow 50s. These are probably the highest rated, most bought, cheap headphones on the market. I believe they're $25. They've got like tens of thousands of views on them. These are a very good backup set of wireless headphones to have. I know they're a little bit bulky, but they're very durable. They fold up and they can fit in your backpack with ease. All right, so now I believe that's everything I got for you guys. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you have any constructive criticism, anything you liked, anything you didn't like, please make sure to leave a comment below. But yeah, thanks for tuning in, guys. I really appreciate you sticking around, and you have an awesome day.